Hello! Hello, everybody. Welcome here to Heart of a Hobbit, here on the official Lotro Stream official Twitch channel. Get all those words in the right order. We're learning Dutch, and there's definitely times when I feel like I'm trying to put words in the right order, and it's like I have all the words. What's the right order of it? So it kind of seeps into my English as well, which is kind of entertaining. So yes, we are during today's stream going to be giving away a Before the Shadow t-shirt. So let me wait, wrong button. There we go. So that's what it looks like, hopefully without red lines. I only see it in certain ways on my screen. Awesome. So that is the first one is the front, and the second one beyond that is the back, has Before the Shadow written on the top. As you can see, I'm wearing one myself. So yeah, so we will, before we'll go ahead and manage the giveaway. So before we'll open that up here in just a few minutes, we'll let it run for a while. We'll let it run for like an hour or something. So people have plenty of chances to get into the drawing, and then yeah, we'll give that away here in a wee bit. All right, so what are we doing? Generally, okay, so I stream. Hello, I'm your host, Little Redhead, and generally on Tuesdays, this time of day, I stream Lord of the Rings online, as you can see happening all around me there. We are in Enedwaith, so let's show you a little map real quick. So we're out here, and we're actually in the Gloom Glens, so kind of like right above me there. And we are up in the top corner where there is a Hobbit village, and they have asked us to do various things for them. They are Stoor Hobbits, I believe, S-T-O-O-R. And this is Iago, and he is a fantastic gardener, and the thing that makes his garden grow so well is poo, basically animal poo. So we're going to go off and gather that for him, because we're just nice adventurers. Also because there's a deed. So if you do this like 9 times, it's a repeatable, so you could do it every day, once a day at most. And once you've done it, I think it's 9 times, 9 or 10, something like that, then you finish a hidden deed. So we are working on that. We've done it, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 times. I'm not even sure. I've kind of lost track. I just know at some point a deed will pop up and we'll be like, cool, we're done. So we're going to start with that, and then we will jump into doing some skirmishes while the giveaway is running in the background. So, all right. So Iago here is checking us, and let's go ahead and talk to him. So he has this repeatable quest, as I mentioned, called Miraculous Growth. And he says, stay and speak with me for a bit. You've a good eye for farming, and I was wondering if you would help me again. Could you gather up more boar droppings, that's what it is, boar droppings, and marigolds. Oh, we need the boar droppings and the marigolds. So we're not just picking up poo, we're also picking flowers. So we're doing that for him and Violet, who's one of the other hobbits nearby. He says we're always in need of those, and you know what to look for. Since we've done it once before, doing it the first time opens up this repeatable. So he's like, so you all know what to look for. Will you help us? Sure. So we're going to go out and collect 10 boar droppings and 10 marigolds. All right, so we'll go ahead and accept that quest, and then we'll head out here in a second. Are you ready to go, Affadilio? Let me get on my trusty goat steed. I have a tendency to try and make sure that my outfits and my steeds match up nicely. It's very important, you know. One must look good when traveling around Middle-earth. This is one of my traveling outfits. I do have outfits that are more festival styles, but this one's more of a traveling outfit. Oh, okay, cool. The giveaway is now open. So if you want to enter to win the t-shirt that we have, so again, it looks like that on the front, and it looks like that on the back. We went and met some of the SSG folks when they were in Germany a month ago, 2 months ago, whatever it was, for Gamescom. And they had a few shirts to give away to those of us who attended. And then they were kind enough to give me and B4 a couple of shirts to give away. So we're going to do one of those today. Hello, we're Willow. That's one of our kin mates, and she's going to go pick up poo and pick flowers with us. Because that's what you do with your kinfolk, is you pick flowers and pick up poo together. So yes, if you want to enter the giveaway, you type away !giveaway into the LRH is me, little redhead. So type giveaway into the chat, and that'll enter you into the giveaway. You might get a little whisper from Moobot saying, "Hey, you're in the giveaway. Good job." So yes, we do ask that you be present to win when we do the drawing, and that will be like in roughly an hour or so. We're only asking, we're only going to give each, like I said, we have 2 shirts. We're going to do one today, one another day. We're not going to, like, if you win today, you don't get to winning in the future. What? Well, I'm only doing one today. Yeah. And then, yes, we will need your address because we are going to mail this to you. So if you are uncomfortable giving your physical address to a stranger on the internet, I'm not going to judge you on that at all. I think that's a wise move. However, if you feel like you can trust me to send you a shirt and not like I don't know, throw away your address afterward, basically, then I am happy to send you the shirt if you win. So that's where we are. Oh, what are we doing? Okay, I see that my kinfolk have just ran by, so let me catch up with them. And also the cats just ran by, so that's what startled me there for a second. We have 2 cats, and they were sleeping until about 10 minutes ago. And one of them just came zooming under my desk and ran into a box over here. So very exciting. Oh, boar dropping. Sorry, need to pay attention and pick up the boar droppings. So yes, conditions: you must be present to win, 1 t-shirt win per person, and you must be willing to message me or before with your address. Since we are co-housed, one of us will be doing the shipping, and it'll probably actually be him. Most likely, to be honest. I'll do the giving away, and he'll do the work to make it get into your hands. Actually, also I think the post office is really close to the grocery store, and he does most of the grocery shopping. He just gets up on his bicycle and fills up his side saddles, his feet's tossing, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. Gets all the groceries. All right, so we've collected 5 of the requisite boar droppings. I don't know what is going on over there, but cats are definitely like on the move. So they've come to really enjoy our the chairs at our dining table. They didn't used to. They're slowly warming up to us. We adopted them near the end of May, so it's been what, May? So June, July, August, September, October-ish. We're not in the end of October though.
4.5 months.
Yeah, like 4.5-ish months. Coming up on 5. So they're definitely starting to get much more comfortable in the space here. And it's really quite funny to watch and see what they do. So about, I don't know, a month or 2 ago, they got really comfortable on the dining chairs, which are like kind of cheapish IKEA chairs. So it's not like anything super fancy. But yeah, it's been, they kind of took them over and they sit on them frequently. And then unfortunately, I was sitting on one day and it broke. Like I said, they're not like super expensive chairs. But just like there's a metal part that comes down into the ground and goes across. So the metal part fractured. But it still like sits, like it's all one piece. Well, one piece with a hole in the middle, with a crack in the middle. So I just pushed it over by the window, and the cats have started sleeping on it by the window as well. So we have another chair over by the window, so they're like gargoyles, you know, keeping an eye on things from both sides of the window. The back window is pretty funny. Let's see, you are, oh hey, there's a marigold over here. Okay, I'll follow Weir Willow. I like this big Bjorning able to keep me safe. From these boars and things that we are picking up the poo of. It's a very silly thing. So yes, feel free to enter that giveaway. Also, there are festivals coming up.
You mentioned the size of the
Oh, we have either a large or an extra large. So that will be what you'll be choosing from. Should you be the winner of the t-shirt later on. So just keep that in mind too. But, you know, if it's too big, it's better than too small. Generally. Like, you can wear something that's too big, but it's harder to wear something that's too small. Looks like the Surma person is still trying. There's somebody on the server who's trying to get a Surma group together. And they've been trying for a little while. I'd say we could, but I think we're a little busy for the moment, so. Yeah, that's true. The 6 person. There's only 3 of us. That person would make 4. Might be worth, like, thinking about later. Ross Craig. So these little guys, they're boogans, and they look like the local hobbits. And so the local hobbits thought they were, like, kinfolk that had been just, you know, separated somehow. But that was not the case, and it was a bit of a rude awakening for those folks when they discovered that was the case. All right, so let's see. I've got my marigolds. I've gotten the boar poo. So I am good to go back to Mar Talho. So we could ride overland together. Or I could pop back. Hey, there's some scarn. Scarn! Gotta get the scarn. Oh, yeah, so thanks, Moobot. So the next event is, the next festival-style event coming up in the game, in Lotro, is Harvestmath Festival, or Harvest Fest. It's also like Yarsmath. It's got like 4 different names because each of the different races at the beginning gave it a different name. It was so funny. I was talking to somebody about this recently, and they're like, why do they have to have like a different name for everything? I'm like, it is a kind of Tolkien-y. You know, Strider, Aragorn, you know, how many different names does he have? How many different names does Gandalf have? Yeah, so it was just kind of funny. It's very in with the lore. Okay, so we're back in the village, and he's down here kind of in this little hollow, so we tend to just kind of fall down. So, yay! This will help us immensely for the next season. So we're going to get some legendary item experience, which helps with our legendary item track, and we get some tokens of the wilds. Woot woot! So, awesome. Cool. So, yes, so the next one is Harvestmath. Starts tomorrow, I believe, right? Yeah, because today's the 11th, tomorrow's the 12th. So it starts tomorrow at 10 o'clock server time. And server time is tied to the U.S. Eastern time zone. So that's where so 10 o'clock tomorrow Eastern time, which for us, we're, I think, 6 hours ahead of Eastern. So that means like 4 o'clock in the afternoon for us. I think usually, they're doing restarts on Wednesdays these days, aren't they? So it'll be probably after they'll probably get a restart in there as well. So, yeah, so Fibro Jedi always has a really awesome guide on like where to find things, what is going on at this festival, who do you want to interact with, what are the different quests, what are the different goodies you can get. Also, Lotro has started putting out some, let's see, I don't have it there. Where do I have it? Let me see, where is it? Oh, it's in their Discord, right. So yeah, so Lord of the Rings has started putting out festival guides also, and it's kind of a more of an overview, you know, kind of a general guide to the Harvestmath Festival in this case. So let me pop that into the chat also, in case you want to snag that. So it's really nice. Their guides are, Cordovan has been putting those together. So it's got like, how to get started, you know, a picture of who you want to talk to, a couple of various things like where you're going to find things, what are the rewards, and stuff like that. And then now he just kind of has a list of the rewards on there. And then at the very bottom, one of the things that Cord's been doing is having guides, because the Lotro community is really awesome. And so there's lots of people who will put out different guides on how to do this, how to do that. And so like the Lotro Wiki is fantastic. That's a fan-run website that has like really good straightforward details on, what is the quest, what's the name of it, where do you find it, where does it start, where does it end, like, those sorts of things. And then Fiber Jedi's guide is listed. Deco de Miu is a website, and here's a mug I have from them. Every year they've been doing, the last 2 years at least, they've been doing a push for paying for the website, paying for the servers and stuff. And so if you donate like a certain amount, I can't remember what it is now, then he would send you a mug. So I'm like, sweet. Speaking of, let me grab a drink. So the Deco de Miu website is fantastic. It is a complete database of every housing item that you can get in the game. Oh, thanks. Before posted also a link there to Deco de Miu's website, and the person who runs it is French. So usually, the website is done in English and in French. So for those of you who parle un peu français, it is also pretty useful to you. But for those of us who are much more fluent in English, that he has accommodated for us as well, which is great. Oh, how funny. I was standing too close and my little helper is behind the gate. Well, I will have to re-summon you. So let's see. Pet dismiss, is it? Is that right? No. What is the...
Pet space release.
Release. That's what it was, not dismiss. Release. Pet release. There we go. Bye. I'll see you in a minute. I was too close to the gate and she spawned behind the gate. Let's try that again. There we go. Hey, Archerina. She's a little archer, so I call her Archerina. So yes, as I mentioned, we are doing a giveaway for a t-shirt. We'll do it in, 45 minutes-ish. And the t-shirt, if you want to know what it looks like that on the front, just like what I am wearing here. And it looks like that on the back. It's got Before the Shadow up near the top, which of course my hair currently would be covering up, but eventually, probably I'll wait till spring, but I'll probably cut my hair back and get it nice and short. And then you'll be able to see the top stuff on my shirt. That'll be cool. Yeah, I was gonna cut my hair off this summer and try to donate it, but it wasn't long enough. So I was waiting for it to be long enough, and the seasons changed. Now I'm like, well, I don't want to cut my hair off. I'm enjoying using it for the warmth. So yes, it is an awesome shirt. I'm actually, oops, I'm defeated. Hey, there's Priest of Vengeance. Oops. I shot it and I was like, hey, is that sparkly things around it? Yes, it was. Oopsie. There we go. Let's try that again. The current streamer has died one time. Yeah, I had to resummon my soldier. Tellurian in the chat is saying, as far as I recall, you may just resummon the soldier. You might not need to dismiss them. The problem is you can't. I don't think I could resummon. Like if I try, if I click on the button, nothing happens to resummon. I don't have that option or anything. So I think even if I click on her and pet menu, your options are dismiss or rename. So I don't know of any way to bring her back without dismissing her. But if you know another idea, let me know. Definitely. Whoops, those aren't stairs. Man, oh man. One of these days, we could just get a whole stream out of just those clips of me falling off where it's not stairs. Oh, so anyway, yeah. So Deco WO has all the housing stuff, including festival things. So every time there's a new festival, or every time there's a festival with new festival goodies, they thankfully a lot of times it is previewed on Bullroar, and so they can go over there and I think get the grab some screenshots. But they also, I believe, go and if they can't get it that way, go and actually like buy all of them, perhaps. Which I can't imagine like having to earn the tokens for all of that. It's crazy. It's a lot of stuff. I clicked the thing for the encounter.
That's a way of a screech.
Yes, that was a screech, and we're going to follow. So if you want to enter the giveaway for the t-shirt, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place today. It's one of those days. My stomach's been giving me a hard time, and by stomach I mean intestines. It's just I have that. It's a thing, and today's been one of those days. So annoying, blah. So it impacts my concentration a little bit. But thankfully, you're not here for me being super concentrated. Ha! Concentrated little redhead. There we are. Just add water. Now we gotta get rid of this guy. Woohoo! Got rid of him. Do it. Oh, alright, yep, let's do the platform. Cool. Dinner has been served. Does it land here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll just put a thing.
You can see it flying around. Ooh, you that one.
Ah, cool. So in instances, there's usually a deed for, yes, it fell on my tripwire. I love it. I love that dragons are susceptible to tripwires. Does not seem like that should be possible. And yet, it is. It makes me very happy every time it happens. So good. Oh, he's gonna try and... I should have jumped down. Which way is it? This way? Maybe I can jump. Oh, too left. Let me see if I... Oh, I missed it. Dang it. I try to get on the other side of a pillar so I don't end up doing this. Oh well, no big deal. All right, so let's see. Summon Soldier is also a skill you can put on the hotbar. Oh, that's true. There was that little thing. I just used the little thing. What? Did I go the wrong way? Okay. I just used the push the little button on the side. Oh, it's behind my screen, but it's like right there. Right there. The little disc, you know. I just click on that and do the stuff. And yeah, she's back there. My little archerina.
Yeah, if you use that skill, it does desummon and resummon.
Ah, okay. I'm being told that if you use that skill, it does desummon them and resummon them. That's cool. I generally don't have, well, I guess that's not completely, I was gonna say I generally don't have a need to do that, but you know, they get caught on things all the time. I mean, there's a reason why like the one up there is called Less Than Brilliant, because they get caught on things. Although I think that might be the, yeah, that's her helper. Because they get caught on things. Yes, you do. Is somebody shooting at you? As I say, it looks like a hawk-eyed harrier shot, and it is. Oh, I'm too far away. No wonder I'm not shooting her. I'll shoot her now. Hey. Arrow to arrow. Bam. I've got flame arrows on right now. It's kind of fun. It's like... Yeah, my soldier UI is just underneath my camera. So, or underneath my, yeah, my picture here. I could move it up if y'all really want to see it. Hey, Archerina. There she is. I'm standing in fire. Oh, because it's a priestess of flame. Well, that would make sense. Maybe I can get that echo of death. That's from that guy. Hey, Archerina, maybe I shouldn't stand in fire. I don't know, maybe it doesn't matter. Sweet. I don't. Okay, so hang on a second. Let me catch up on the chitty chat here, real quick. So summons soldier on the quick bar. We talked about that. Which, yeah. So it's like a UI release or pet release. You don't see the morale of the soldier on my screen. Yeah, because it was hidden. We've got that sorted out now. The soldier UI, yep. So, okay, so Talarian says, hopefully with a new skirmish on the horizon, they might take a further look at the soldiers since they seem quite useless. I don't find my soldier useless though, and maybe, I don't know, we've been coming in and doing these a lot because I kind of enjoy doing these on our off weeks, which for me are the weeks that there's no festival, because festival is like first priority, and then everything else. Now, we do have like a kinship time every week where we do we get together and run around together and do landscape questing together, and that is nice. That is also a high priority. So so between those two, like kinship questing and festival, those are like highest priorities. Sweet. So anyway, I was gonna say in these this isn't a skirmish, this is an instance, that there are encounters that you have, or is this a skirmish? This is a skirmish, okay. You should post which skirmish this is. I've forgotten which one we're on.
Is it Breaching the Necromancer's Gate?
Breaching the Necromancer's Gate. That's the one we're doing right now. So there's a list of encounters that correspond to each of them. Let's see if I can, let's see what would be under skirmish. Skirmish instances, and Breaching the Necromancer's Gate. So you see they have a list there, and those are all the different encounters you might find, encounter in this particular skirmish. So you have to defeat each one of those named characters, but you only get a handful of encounters, like 2 or 3, depending on the skirmish, I think. Yeah, Perfect Picnic is 4. That's a festival one. Anyway, so we have defeated, because you might run into the same one multiple times, right? Or not within the same skirmish, but like, you know, you might run into Gortag this time we run through, and then the next time we run through, we might run into Gortag again. And we're like, okay, well, we already got him, you know? So you kind of have to come through multiple times in order to actually have the opportunity to catch everybody, because you will get duplicates. So yeah, you gotta come through and do it multiple times. So we do. We've been doing the skirmishes and stuff and trying to kind of clean it up. It's been awesome. So, oh, he's got the thing on. That's sad. Well, we'll shoot the other guy then. Oh, anyway, you were saying that you find your skirmish person not terribly useful. I do. So like Archerina, I do note that like she's got to be kind of closer, and so like she's possibly in range now. We gotta wait for this guy's shield's going on. There we go. Now she does try to place herself behind me, which means that she's got more distance between her and the thing that we're trying to shoot at. So if she's too far away, sometimes she doesn't shoot at things, which is kind of sad. But a lot of times I look at her and she's shooting stuff. So I appreciate that. So that's good. Now, Ebb and Flow down here, she's a healer. And see my Archerina, she's shooting. And Ebb and Flow just stands there and heals the heck out of us sometimes, which does great. She does a great job of doing it, it seems like. Because there's times when I'm like, you know, my health just came right back up. Like, so I think she's effective. And then Less Than Brilliant up there is, he just runs in and gathers things. Sometimes starts things when we weren't intending to. And we all laugh about it. It's really funny. But he does kind of grab aggro until then Willow goes up and takes the aggro. And so there's like, it creates that kind of nice pause and keeping the aggro off of the distance folks. So it seems to be going, but that's a good point. Before does point out that we are experiencing our, you know, helpers here in the skirmish at level 65. So like, I don't know about if you're running, you know, raids at top level is that a different experience? You know, because I've got my girl. I think she's pretty high level on stuff. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So Talarian says, to clarify, they might be useful at level below 100. Okay, so that's where we are. But at cap, the healing is negligible, the tanking is ridiculous, and the damage is meh. Fair enough. Yeah, so maybe they'll take a look at that. On the other hand, I mean, maybe it's just on you to, like, you know, beat up on everything and have your helper just kind of be like, go team. Not really like be part of the team, just like they're the cheerleaders on the side, like have a heal, bink. Perhaps. Maybe that's more what they're intended to do at that level. I can't say for sure because I haven't spent a lot of time I mean, we've got characters that are above level 130, but we don't play them very often. Excuse me. Once we got into Treebeard, we've really been just enjoying it here. Let me pull her out. And so Treebeard, for those of you who aren't familiar with this, is a legendary server. And what that means in the Lotro world is that it's a slow progression server. So when the server opened up, there were a number of kind of things that are put in place to slow everything down. We don't get everything that exists in Lotro straight away. So for example, I'm going to follow you for a minute. Let me show the Eriador map. So when we first started, when the server first started, and this was in June of last year, June 30th, end of June. So we had everything that was in this area, so everything that is up through level 50. So the cap on the server was level 50. Any characters could not progress past level 50. Like that was the highest that they were. Hey, kitty kitty. This is Kato back here. Hi, I heard you. She's been getting more and more comfortable with hanging out on the stream. So a little bit of cat action on stream. Yeah, so anyway, so, you know, Bree, North Downs, all the way up to like Angmar, and this original expansion was called Shadows of Angmar. So the idea is that, you know, there's scary stuff happening, and it leads us all the way up to Angmar. You've got like the Rift of Nurzgashu, where there's some stuff happening down underground, all sorts of stuff happening in the world. So when we first started, that was what we had. We had that for 6 months, because the idea is that on this server, every 6 months we get the next expansion that happened in the timeline of the game, and also in the progression of the story in the game. For example, we are basically following like the Fellowship. We're kind of in the storyline of the game. You have an epic quest line that you're chasing. So you've got in your quest log here, which is L, you press L to open this up. So you see I have Epic Volume 3, Book 3, Chapter 1. That's what I'm on right now. And what that means is there's different epic books, and you start with probably Volume 1. We are on Volume 3, and so forth. So yeah, it progresses like a book, as though you are a character in a book. I think that's very clever, you know, especially given that Lord of the Rings Online is based on Lord of the Rings, which is itself a series of books. So very clever, I think. I like it. So anyway, so as you're progressing through that, it takes you literally through the world. So you start off in Eriador, but then the next area you go into, which is Moria, which I believe is probably book 2. So that so Moria took us up to level cap 60 and took us to the next piece of the epic storyline. And there's all sorts of side quests and things you can do as well when you're in there. And in fact, I mean, you don't have to do any of this at all. It's just, it's a nice, it's a storyline that they've put together to take you through the world. And it's a great way to then learn about the world as you're going. Was there something down here? Nope, not down here.
No, but we heard cackling.
We heard cackling. Where's the cackle? Cackle, cackle. I see a red dot. Where is it? There she is. Or him. I'm not sure. We are robed. Okay, cool. Okay, so Telerian has Volume 1 is just Eriador. Volume 2 starts at the gates of Moria. Thank you. You know, we just did this like, well, okay, maybe a year ago. I think I'd remember this. And ends in Mirkwood and Dovaldor. So, so Book 2 takes you from the beginning of Moria. And so Mines of Moria was the name of the expansion that took you into Moria and into Lothlorien. And then the next expansion after that was the one that we're in now, which is Siege of Mirkwood, I think it is. So we get into Mirkwood and Endedwaith that we were in when we started the stream. So, and as Telerian points out, finishing this area with Mirkwood, finishing up with whole Dol stuff, that finishes off Volume 2 then. Cool. They do have nice logical breaks for where the books and volumes end. I get so used to just doing them in order and not paying as close attention as I should. I should really read the titles too, because they often have some really clever titles. Oh, hey, here's an instance where having your archer pet is really useful, because she'll stand there and shoot the Kraben for me, because he's not shootable, but the Kraben are. So she'll stand there and shoot the Kraben, and I can like take a drink of water and stuff. Okay, so Telerian says Volume 3 starts in Rivendell, takes you to Dunland, Isengard, and all of Rohan, and as far as you recall, ends with flooded Isengard. Okay, cool. Thanks for the recap. That's one of the things I love about Lotro. There's so much, like, you can do. There's so much to know. There's just so much to know about the game. Like, there's no way one person can know it all. So it's really nice. Like, we as a community, just like, we know it all, but not all in one brain. We just help each other out. Like, hey, do you remember how to do the blank? Oh yeah, da. So, yes, all together we know everything. So if any of you are new or relatively new players or returning players, whatever, and you have questions, absolutely feel free to hop into the chat with those questions. We, as you can see, have people here who are familiar with the game and can answer all sorts of questions, and I am happy to take time during my stream for that. Like, I think that's really important, because the Lotro community is really good about helping each other out, and so I want to make sure that we use my time for that as is needed anytime at all. Not a problem. So, whoosh, love it. So, and I mean, that also applies to players who've been playing for a long time. Like, you don't have to be a new player to ask questions. I just figured it's, somewhat directed at the newer folks who may not be like, oh yeah, like I just ran into this last week. Yeah. What skirmish is this? This is, before I put it in the chat, or a little bit ago. Let me grab it again. Assault on the Ringwraith Slayer. That's what we're doing here. I'll put it down in the chat again. Bonk. There you go. Okay. Oh, there's a little more chat. There's some hi there. Hi there. Let's see. Oh, no, here we go. Let's see. Before, and then Volume 4, spoilers, takes you much further into the game. Takes you towards Moria. Or Mordor, excuse me, towards Mordor. And lots of things are happening around that area. So let's see. Noobs and Shrews says, I literally started streaming Lotro. Any tips to get the stream better? I mean, like how to be a good streamer, or how to enjoy Lotro, or quality of streaming. So I was like, one of the things you end up having, let me start that concept over. I was running Lotro off of a laptop. It was a good laptop. However, it was struggling to handle streaming and playing and recording, because I do record it also, so I can put it up on my YouTube. So it was struggling with doing all of that at the same time. So what I ended up doing a lot of time is I would put my, over in Control O options, I would put my graphics and I would set it down to, instead of overall graphics quality ultra high, I would set it much, much lower than that. And that kept my computer from stuttering, because, you know, trying to do all the things. So that could be something, if you are running into that, that is something you could take a look at. Also turn off your post-processing effects, because that does take some energy from your computer as well. Or get a beefier computer, which I was lucky enough to be able to do. It had been a few years, and we've been saving up, so I was able to get a newer, faster computer. So now I am able to show the game on the high graphics, which is what I want to do, because I mean, there's just so much detail that they put into the game. And like, if you look, like, oh, you know, this isn't like huge distance, but even just looking across there, like, we can see so many details. And like, you can stand here and watch the clouds go by, and like the shiny and sparkliness in the windows of this, you know, crazy green glowing flame, and like all these various things. So I like to be able to show that off on the stream. So I was kind of sad that I wasn't able to do that. Let's see. And then Frag Up says, I started playing yesterday. I'm enjoying the game. Yay! Well, welcome to Lotro. I love it. I think it's a fun game. Let's see. We talked about where. Yes, Delirian says, yes, Volume 4 starts at blah, 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 and you travel through all of Gondor until it finishes at the Black Gate, and let's see. Igarther mentions that Volume 3 does end. Oh wait, hang on, I gotta trip this dragon. Oh, he's already gone down. I was gonna trip the dragon because it's always so fun. Well, not a dragon, but yeah. Igarther points out that Volume 3 ends with Flooded Isengard, but also the Helm's Deep epic battles, which you could do as an epic battle, or you could do it as a storied tale. So it depends on if you want to do. And there's benefits to both. Oh, did I? Okay, yeah, I must have. Sometimes you have a defeated thing that is a that's a chest. Sorry, we're getting sun coming from this way, which is hilarious because the sun is over here. So what's happening is above the house. It's shining on the houses across the way, and they've got like some metal sheeting or something, and some windows at just the right height, and it is just like beaming straight back across. It's hilarious. Like, I can see, I don't know, yeah, you can see how, okay, there we go, he's putting the shade down, but you can see how like this side was just blinding white because the sun was reflecting so strongly off there. That was hilarious. Oh, before I accidentally looked toward it. Ah, my eyes, the day star, it blinds us. Okay, now we're going into the battle in the tower. The time has come. Frag Up and anybody else who's new to this, we're doing some skirmishes, which are like some little side stuff that takes you into the area of the story where you may have just been. Like, they are connected to the storylines, and we're doing stuff that takes place like Dol Guldur, Mirkwood, that kind of area of the world. So if you see things that are happening here that you're like, I have no idea what's going on, don't worry about it. You're not there yet. Yeah, you've got plenty of time before you're going to see any of this. Okay, so let's see. Noob says, I'm proper struggling to install the plugins. Oh, and the screen is a bit overwhelming with all the HUD. Yeah, that is, yep. I have a friend of mine who also was expressing that same frustration. So actually, funny thing is we started playing with her on a weekly basis, and just to kind of like slowly work our way through the game, because there is a lot going on. Yes, and as B4 points out, right after my stream, he does a plugin stream where he talks about the Lotro plugins, and can walk you through like, hey, go to this folder. Hey, let's go to this folder on your computer. Okay, see, do you have this file? Do you not have this file? Like, he can really get into some more detail on some of that if you are still struggling with, you know, getting a plugin to load or something like that. Also, if you are just trying to like load plugins and where to go and that sort of thing, he's also really great at showing you, you know, just kind of reminding you how to go through that process. But I'll go ahead and, yeah, Moobot can talk to us there about some plugins. So Lotro Interface is a great website with lots of Lotro plugins, and that's a great place to start. And then that has a list there of some of the plugins that a number of us streamers use. Now, plugins are just for fun. Like, you absolutely do not need them as part of your gaming experience. So, for example, Cordovan, who's the community manager, he doesn't use any plugins when he's streaming, just because he wants people to see it Lotro as it is, like straight out of the box, right? I am using various things. Well, for one, I'm using a UI skin, so everything has a different look to it. Like, you'll notice I've got like little vines and things around my mini radar. Down at the bottom, my bar is darker, and it has like some vines and some greenery and some stuff going on there. That's a skin that somebody put together, and so it's part of a package. This is all like free stuff. This is just community stuff. Somebody's like, hey, let's try this out. And so this is one that I happen to like. It's called JRR Skins. I can put that in there as well. So the JRR Skins collection you can also find at Lotro Interface, which is the place where you also find plugins. If you do get into plugins, you might find the Lotro... I always get the Lotro Companion and the Lotro Compendium mixed up. Does it say in there? Yeah, Lotro Compendium. That's the link there. So the Lotro Compendium is kind of like a standalone little thing. It ends up on your computer as like an app on your computer. But through that, it's kind of like the most vetted plugins. So you, like, if you're like, man, I really would like a, you know, I don't know, a plugin that shows me how fast am I running. I wonder what other people use. Like, you might go there and, you know, type in run and see what's going to come up is going to be the stuff that is the most commonly used stuff. So that's really handy. Like if you're doing inventory and you're like, which inventory should I, you know, plugin should I get? You know, some of us like Kiki inventory, some of us like alt inventory. But and there might be other ones out there as well. But you'll find both of those, for example, in the Lotro Companion. Hi, sweetie. She has taken to climbing into my lap of late, so she may be coming here to stay. We'll find out. Oh yes, and Freyr does point out, and I'll have to scroll up to see the rest of the conversation, that some of the skirmishes that exist in the Lotro world are actually part of the epic storyline. So there are times when you will be going through some of these skirmishes as part of the epic line, and then you have the opportunity to come back, like we're doing right now, and do them again for various reasons. One, I think they're fun. I enjoy doing this stuff, like, you know, with a group. I always think it's... We have a Priest of Vengeance. I'm not sure who they're activated. Maybe they didn't activate anybody. Priest of Vengeance will activate another one of their folks with a spinning disc of like swords, comes out kind of an angle or like that, I guess. It's like zoom, 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 zoom. And if you shoot them, it reflects on you, and that is one of the fastest ways for hunters to die. All right, let me scoot up. Let me see if I missed anything else. Yeah, so B4 does point out that Lotro benefits from a newer video card and or processor. And yeah, so we're talking about plugins. Yeah, so, yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, Noobs says they're not very tech savvy. I can relate, which is really hilarious because I have a master's in management and IT, but it's more of managing people and letting them manage the IT. And it's from long enough ago that IT has moved on, technology changes. So, yeah, whenever I need something, I'm like, I just ask him. Ask before to help me out. Including making this happen. There we go. Check that out. Woohoo! Yeah. He's like, hey, do you want to be able to show the shirt on your screen during the stream? I'm like, that sounds great. I just got up and walked away. He comes over to my chair and makes it happen. So, yes, speaking of, we are going to be giving away that shirt, or, well, we have a large and an extra large, so you're gonna win one of those two today. So that is the front of it. So it has the Nazgul writing on there, and then the other part of the back, it has before the shadow up on the top in the back. It's really cool, really cool. I love it. I'm like, I almost don't want to give you guys the shirt because I'm like, maybe I want to keep it. But this one's mine. Sorry, this one is mine. You're getting one that's not mine. But it could have been mine if I'd said, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what shirt you mean. But yes, I will give you a shirt. Not the shirt off my back. So yes, Noob says, funny things, I've been a streamer for years, but not computer smart. And yeah, B4 does point out that these are different, sometimes overlapping skill sets, but not always. Well, hey, now that she's not on my lap, I'm gonna grab my cardigan. The sun's going down. I'm getting a little chilled. So pardon me while I add some sleeves. So being in the British Army, says Noobs, means I don't have much time to learn these things. That will keep you busy. So, well, I'm glad that you have time for playing some Lotro and doing some streaming and stuff and enjoying the community. So that's awesome. All right. More comfortable there. There we go. Oh, although my sleeves are a little bit... Well, that's okay. Mazog's going to rattle on for a minute, I think. Oh, I think he sends us... doesn't he bring out somebody for us to attack first? Or somebody who's going to try to attack us?
There is some attacking.
There is some attacking.
Beat him down.
No, I thought he was going to give us a... Somebody comes running out of one of these doors. So maybe we've already done that. Hey, Arthur says, conversely, I've been in IT for more than 30 years and clueless about streaming. Well, it's very convenient to have a B4 in the house who can set everything up for me. I find that super convenient. So, yeah, I suggest everybody has a B4 to help them out with things. We're tapping her toe. Come on already, Mazog. Ay, ay, ay. All right, I'll just go invisible for a while. Affadil's going to faint on the floor. There we go. He's grabbing Ziggelbrug. Will is like, I'll just take a nap. There we go. Let's say hello. Oh, there we go. Now he brings out the other guys. That's what it is. Shot to armor. So yeah, so we're just doing some skirmishes on the side today. We're not progressing on the storyline at the moment. We'll probably do that ourselves on Saturday. So yes, okay, so quick housekeeping. So we are doing the giveaway. If you want to be in the giveaway, type in exclamation point, where is it? Giveaway, there it is. It's right a couple lines above here. To enter, you need to be present to win. Only one t-shirt per person. So if you win today and we give away another one later, another day, then you can't win both of them. We're just gonna make sure we spread it out. And you must be willing to message me or B4 and give us your address so we can actually send it to you. Yeah, so there we go. And I did some checking, and we should be able to send it anywhere in the U.S., anywhere in Europe. Nice job, Weir Willow. It's an emote.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it?
yeah. What's the emote, Weir Willow? No, it's like defeated, or where do you get that from? I can't remember. Does it show up? Let's see. Yawns at
Dramatic defeat
boredom.
from the Lotro store.
Defeat. Dramatically defames her own defeat, it says. So what is it? So you have to buy it from the Lotro store? Let's see. Might as well pull up the Lotro store just to show you. So no, not giveaway only. Not US only. So yeah, we should be able to ship it to anywhere in Europe or the US, definitely within our budget. I didn't check Asia or Africa or Australia, but if you are in one of, these kinds of places and you win, I'll just double check the price to ship it, but we probably can take care of it. Weird, my shop's not working. Maybe I'll try again in a minute and take a look at that dramatic defeat business, because that was funny. Dramatic defeat from the store. Okay, all right. I will definitely take a look at that in a minute. Oh, and Mazog is probably...
So you mean this defeat?
Oh, did you get it? Oh, you got it. Oh, here she goes. Here she goes. That's excellent. Fantastic. It is a good day to be a dwarf. Yes, Europe would be cheaper. Okay, so yes, this is the other thing, is I live in Europe. So yes, sending things into Europe is cheaper than me sending something to the United States right now. Yes, that is true. So yes, I live in the Netherlands, and yes, we prefer it if somebody from the Netherlands wins it. That'd be great. That'd make it so easy. And yes, these shirts are extremely rare because they only had them at that gathering that happened during Gamescom in Germany. I think it was September. So I think it was near the beginning of our current Dutch classes. So yeah, that's right. If somebody in Helderland wins it, before we'll probably just bicycle it over. If you live in Arnhem, like I'll drop it off one of these days. Like, yeah. I wish I could give you extra incentive, but I don't have a way to do that. Extra points. Oh, was it in August? Thank you. Thank you. Gosh, this has been a really fast, year, hasn't it? Wow, this fall has just whoosh, zoomed it by. But yeah, so the only way to get the shirts are if you were at that event, so go back in time, or somebody who was there, if they happen to get an extra one like we did and are able to give it away. I mean, Cord was like, hey, would you want to give this away? We're like, yes.
So, I might have some for other meet and greets.
So that's true. If they do other meet and greets in the US, it's possible they might have more. But it was, yeah, it was pretty neat. Last week of August, to be fair. Yeah, that's true. Thanks for her. So yeah, so no, anybody who's on the stream here is eligible to win. I don't care where you live. We'll figure it out. Yeah. But yes, if you live in the Netherlands, maybe we'll get together for coffee or something also, because that'd be hilarious. So Dame Hypatia, good evening. Good evening. Yeah, it is 18:29 here, so that's 6:30. It's 6:30 in the evening here. Oh, I was going to see if my store... Oh, I was going to try and do it when we weren't in instance until I forgot. So giveaway reminder. Yeah, so we'll do, I don't know, somewhere within the next 15 minutes, we'll go ahead and pull a winner. So if you want to enter to give for the shirt, I'll put it back up while I'm looking at the store. That's the shirt, and I'm also wearing mine. So it's got the Nazgul on the front, and then on the back it has Before the Shadow written on it. It's really cool. I'm super happy about it. Okay, so here's the Lotra store. So if I put in defeat, what is he doing? Yeah, I saw him too. Kato is still sitting here on my desk. You can't see her because she's too far below the screen, but there we go. And our other cat just hopped down or something, and she was like, no, you don't want to eat that, honey. You don't want to eat that. She likes the Velcro. I have these, I don't know why she thinks this is a good idea, but we have these little Velcro things to go on our cables. really super handy things. And so I use it to like curl up my microphone cord when I'm done. And she finds it. She's like, "Ooh, let me have a bite of that." I'm like, "No, that cannot be good for your teeth at all." There we go, dramatic defeat emote. Fall dramatically as if in defeat. So using this item will grant the character, so it's character only, not account, character specific, the dramatic defeat emote. You fall as if grievously wounded, putting on quite the performance for those around you. Oh, the specials this week, though, are 30% off select housing decorations, housing sets, and more. Like what? Oh, housing writs are 30% off. That's a good deal. So when you buy a premium house, you buy it with either housing writs or mithril coins. So either way, you're spending Lotro points to buy one or the other. So when premium housing writs are on sale, it can be a good idea to stock up because then that makes it cheaper than if you were to buy a house with mithril coins. But when mithril coins are on sale, it's a really good idea to stock up because they don't go on sale very often at all. Because you can buy lots of various things with mithril coins, whereas the housing writs you can only buy houses. Another thing, if you buy a premium house and then you sell it, you get 90% of the writs back, the value of the house. So if the house is worth, well, let's say 10 housing writs, none of the houses are worth 10, but you know they're usually worth like between 30 and 12 or something like that, maybe 5. So maybe there's one for 10. Okay, so let's pretend there's a house for 10. So if you bought it for 10 housing writs, or you bought it for mithril coins, but it's worth 10 housing writs, if you sell it, wow, you'll get 9 housing writs. You'll never get mithril back, even if you bought the house with mithril, just an FYI. So stocking up on housing writs can also be useful because if you then sold your house and now you have housing writs, but you want to buy a bigger one or a different one and you don't have enough, having some in storage is nice. Let's see what else we have. A bird bath, study. All right, I'm going to close that and we'll talk to Cornier here because I see there's some chicken putting going on and chicken chipping and whatnot. All right, so we are doing a rescue in Nurzgeshu. This is another one that's part of the storyline. So we have done this previously. So there's an ancient fumarole, Torach Lach, up ahead. It has a name, and it's blocking our path. So what's going to happen is he's going to run up here, I believe. Yeah, he's got to talk for a while. One of the rangers is in here. He's acting weird. We're going to try and catch up to him, see what's going on. And so Cornier here is going to help us get there. So he's like poking at it, trying to find its weak spot. While he's doing that, we have to protect him from this attack that is coming. So we're going to do that. Yes, new Lotro recipe idea. Nurzgeshu chicken. I just like saying Nurzgeshu. It sounds funny. Okay. He says, I found its weakness. Quickly strike it and do a fellowship maneuver of yellow. So we did, and now we can go through. So make haste. We must breach Norbar before it is too late, he says. Okay. So the same thing's going to happen again. There's going to be another one. An ancient fumarole, Torach Nar, has risen and blocked your path. So we're going to get attacked. This time, instead of one wave, there's going to be 2 waves of attacks. You hate fumaroles. I don't know. I'm often cold, so I don't mind them, I guess. It just takes a while. What's really funny is if you're doing like a rift run through the full thing through here, and people don't come through and clear the fumaroles, and then, you know, you get defeated and you're running back and everything's cleared except for the fumaroles, and now you have like half the party who's dead in here, and it slows things down a lot. Okay, he's found a weakness, so we need to come and do a fellowship maneuver of strength. Which one was that? Was that blue? Was it red? Oh, too late. Something happened. I'm not sure what happened. If we don't get it in time, we're too slow. The weak spot has moved. Protect me while I attempt to find it again. So that's what it looks like if you don't get the fellowship maneuver correct or don't get it off in time. Which happens. No big. We'll just do it again. Strength is red. Was it red? Oh, it was red. So the words come up in the right color also. So that's also a key. You know. Yeah. Let's see. Noobs and Shrews asks if there is a Discord. You're going to do Lotro full time. You'd love a community to engage with for chats and stuff. Okay, so here we go. Sorry, we've got a fellowship maneuver. We need Guile. So yellow. Sweet. Yeah, and B4 points out there are several community Discords because there is not an official Discord server because basically SSG would need to run it, and which means if you have a Discord server, it is open 24/7. So you would need moderators who are SSG employees running the Discord server 24/7. And they are based in the US, SSG is. They're in like the Boston area, I believe. And, oh, hey, we need red. So, yeah, that kind of makes it a little more difficult to have a official Discord server for them. Okay, so here we go. Oh yeah, so if you want to be entered into the giveaway for the t-shirt, it will either be a large or extra large, your choice. And you type !giveaway into the chat. And we'll draw that here in probably about 10 minutes. Yeah, 5 or 10 minutes. All right. Oh, we have to protect him. Where are they? Oh, here they come. They're coming from over there. Too far away. So yeah, I would say like you can go to like discord.com or something like that. There's like a way to search for Discords and search Lotro because there's like the Lotro community server. There's also like a Lotro server for like somebody started one for Treebeard. Yeah, so there's just fan-run servers. Some people have them for their own kinships. For example, we have a kin Discord. And because we play on a lot of different servers, pretty much our Discord server applies to, like, you know, all servers. So ours isn't, like, you know, server-specific, but it is pretty much Lotro-specific. Whereas other people will have like Lotro is a channel in one of their Discords, you know. So there's a lot of variety out there. Oh, Lord Zakbor, XL is too small for you. I'm sorry. That's the biggest we have. Was an XL? We got a medium and an XL. It should be, yeah, here we go. The battle's over here. Here we go. On the other side. There we go. And then Dame Hypatia points out that being in a kinship is really useful, and she says important in Lotro, and most of them have a Discord and are big on helping. Yep, there you go. So yes, being in a large kinship with a big Discord can be nice. Sometimes what? Oh, there's an encounter, a massive blades and fire. Can you come back? You can't come back out? Oh, she'll be back. I think, yep, there's a cat in a box again. Okay. Yeah, so I will point out, Noobs and Sure, you said you made your own kinship so you could get a big house. Absolutely understand. I have done that myself. So a couple things you can do is you can make a secondary character if you haven't already, and use that character to be the one who's in charge of the kin house. So that way you still have access to putting a bunch of stuff in there, but you wouldn't have the travel skill anymore. But then you could use your main character to be in another kinship where you might have more support and stuff like that. Also, I will point out that the premium houses often have more hooks and more storage, even though you only get 25 storage. But if you add in all the hooks, if you're using your house to, like your kin house to hold stuff, getting a, what? Where are you?
Yeah.
What?
Yes, come to us.
I'm trying to. Where are you?
South.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was being, I thought we were going after that one, but we're going after a different one. So must have come in before the other one, location-wise. Anyway, premium houses, more storage. better than a kin house. TLDR. Yeah, Lord Zach Boris says, my Lotro kinship has a Discord. Although right now it's mostly memes. Yeah, Dame Hypatia also says, make a housekeeping character, or housekeeper character. And, yep, start another one for your, or search for a kinship for your working character, for your main. Yeah, so this isn't a new idea that I'm bringing up into the chat here. Like, this is a tried and true thing. Yeah. But absolutely do what makes you happy. Like, yeah. Just because one of us or numbers of us say that it's a cool way to do things doesn't mean you have to do things. It's just letting you know that there's options and there's other ways that we have kind of like had these same problems, and these are ways that we have yeah, played around with that. Dame Hypatia says, my kinship is small talk, cat pictures, and a crafting corner. Like, every Discord has to have a place for pet pictures, right? Like, for animal pictures. Yeah, absolutely. We also have one for cat pictures. Actually, I think it's pets.
Pets.
It's pets.
It's mostly
Yeah.
cats.
Mostly cats, because mostly a lot of us have cats right now. But yeah. Oh, Egg Arthur points out that there is a Discord bot that allows you to open and close channels on a schedule, so it wouldn't have to be manned 24/7. So, well, I can mention that, or you can mention that to Cord next time he's streaming. That's an interesting idea. Oh, it looks like my Heratrina failed or perished at some point. Let me bring her back out. So, yeah, Noobs and Shrew, when you have a kin house, once your kin is 3 months old, you can get a kin house, right? And when you have that, then every member on your kinship gets a travel skill. So let's see, I think it's in passive, or no, it's in active skills. Let me say travel. Hang on a second. Let me collapse everything. Travel skills. There we go. So when you buy a house, you get a travel to personal house skill. And every one of your characters on that account has that same travel skill to that same house. When you are part of a kinship, you have a travel to kinship house skill. Everybody in your kinship will get that once your kinship is 3 months old and is therefore able to buy a house, and then actually goes and does buy a house. So once your kinship has a house, everybody in your kinship gets that skill. You also have this travel to kinship members house skill. And that one, you will need to go into your social panel. Sorry, to use it, you go into your social panel, which you would then click on the kin member, and then at the bottom there might be a button that says visit. If it's colored in, you can use it. If it's grayed out, you're out of luck. Oh wait, Rose and Bloom is me, that's why it's not there. So all of my kin members have done a great job and have done that. Sorry, should I go ahead and click this guy and get us moving? Actually, let me show one more thing. So your housing panel, which you can get to through your character screen, house right here. I just also have put a shortcut, a keyboard shortcut for mine, because I go to my housing panel so often. You'll notice there's little stars on the side next to some of these. So when I put a star next to it, that marks it as my primary residence for this specific character. Each of your characters can choose the same or different ones. They each get to do their own choice. So when you go to then that panel, if somebody were to click on me and do the visit, it's going to go to that house. So that's a cool way to be able to be like, hey, this is where we store blah. Everybody can travel there really easily. So that's a really cool thing that they added on the travel to kinship members house. They added that when they did the Rohan housing. Because the idea was that they have those huge mead halls, which, by the way, are freaking amazing. So you should go check that out if you haven't already. But the mead halls, the idea was like to maybe make it a social gathering thing. And so by using travel to kinship members house, maybe everybody could go to the mead hall. That was the idea. All right, so let's finish this instance, and then we'll do the t-shirt giveaway at the end of the instance, like after we get back out into landscape. So if you haven't entered and you want to, do exclamation point giveaway if you want to be in on that. Okay, so we're going to finish that here. There's fellowship maneuvers to summon an oath breaker, says Lord Zakbora. Probably from earlier chat too. Okay, Extra Life. I'm also participating in Extra Life. You can see it above my head over here. We're doing an Extra Life stream day here on the Lotro stream channel. End of October, beginning of November, somewhere in that range. There'll be an announcement. And if you donate to Extra Life, you then let Cord know. There'll be a community loot list. You can pick stuff off of the list. It's really awesome. So keep an eye out for that. But if you want to donate, you are welcome to. You can see my current status of things up above. So just a quick heads up there. Has nothing to do with the t-shirt giveaway. Totally separate things. They just have to be going on at the same time because before the shadow is coming, and I wanted to make sure we got the t-shirt given away and possibly into somebody's hands before the expansion comes out. Okay, let's do this thing. Hey, Cornier. All right, there's Goladir over there kicking a door. What's going on? Let's make our way and find out. We'll skirt the edge of the Colosseum. Beware the fire streams. Yes. Those things you go zzz. See? Did a little damage to me as I ran over it. Noobs and Shrews says, thanks for your help. You are more than welcome for your help. For the help. Hello again. Cat has resumed her perch. Hey, sweetie. Just in time for me to go into combat. Who are we in combat with? Oh, Goladir. Oh, we have to be careful not to kill him. Do we get a fellowship maneuver on him? I think we do. Eventually. What do we have to do? I can't remember what we have to do to get him to stop attacking us. But then we get a fellowship maneuver and we have to hit him with that. Hey, maybe we have to auto attack to get him down far enough. That's what it was, maybe. And I think it's green. I think it's going to be green when it comes up. There it is. All right, take off my auto attack. Oh, is it blue? Oops. I didn't actually see it come up. Crap. Because if you kill Goladir by mistake, that's bad. But you have to get him to trigger the fellowship maneuver. Yeah, Goladir must... we can't heal him. Ooh. Alright, when it comes up, call out the color, because I somehow missed it last time. I thought it was green, but I guess maybe it was blue. Come on, dude. That's where we need a burglar. Okay, what color does it say? It doesn't say anything. Blue. Ah, I missed it. Oh, good, you guys got it. Whew! Goladir has been pacified for now. Yay. Let's see. Findeladon says, oh, we usually have one person take off all their weapons and then that person attacks them. That's smart. Well, it hasn't been a problem in the past because we were like around the same level as him, but now that we're getting a bit higher level, yeah, we could actually take him out by mistake. All right, so Cornier says he speaks of his daughter as if she still lived. There is some great evil at work here. What has raised this madness in the mind of my mentor to cruelly seize upon the grief within his heart? And what can be done about it? What is this feeling? Can you not sense this darkness and power? Boom, boom, boom. The force has imposed its will upon Goladir. It poisons him against us. There it is. That'd be that guy. The ranger's pain serves as a gateway for will. I will not permit you to close it. For his will. I probably shouldn't stand here in the fire. That sounds like a bad idea. Now that one we don't have to actually do the fellowship meal. We can just take her out. Ooh, but one of our favorite instances is coming in the next round of the next release, which will be the dragon, Dragok's Lair. And that one, you do have to do a fellowship maneuver. It has to be 6-person. It has to be all completely in order. So we'll probably want to do voice for that because, you know, it's hard to coordinate that without actually talking to each other. We do a lot of this without voice because the two of us are in one room together. So it's easy, and then we just coordinate with whoever we're on screen with. Easy peasy. Okay, so we have picked up the chest. What are we missing here? I think they usually have a little dialogue. So we're just waiting for them to have their dialogue, I guess. They're being slow with dialogue. Hey, guys. Hey. Hey. Maybe that's the end of it. No, it says talk to Golidir. Hey. Oh, apparently I can just talk to him. The ring went away. He says, what has happened? Where am I? Who are all of you? He looks around in amazement and confusion. There was a ringing in my ears as if I swam in deep water, but it is gone now. There was something else. Bum, bum, bum. Ooh, we get reputation with the Eld Gang with this one. Oh. A shroud has been lifted from his eyes. But which is the dream and which is not? It's very deep questions there. Okay, so we're going to give away the t-shirt here in just a couple minutes. If you would like to enter for the t-shirt and you have not already, put exclamation giveaway in the chat. And before we'll be doing the drawing here in just a few moments. Oh yeah, thanks. There's a giveaway reminder there. So you'll need to be present to win because we're going to call out your name here in the chat. And then you can send... it's best if he sends the whisper to you because I don't... Okay, yeah. Yeah. So, all right. And then they're chatting. The guys here, the Rangers are chatting about, you know, it's time to go talk to Aragorn. We have been called. All of that. All right. Willow just went up in something. I'm guessing reputation with the Eld Gang. Woohoo! He says, I shudder to think what awaited Golidir beyond that door. Erebun's dominance of the mind of my mentor was strong. What would Golidir have seen there had he remained under the Rogmul's power? All right, we'll go ahead and skip the rest of that so we don't spoil everything for those people who haven't done that yet. Because there's some new folks who haven't been through Angmar yet. I'm just going to hang out here in the garden. Well, then again, it's got manure. Maybe I don't want to be in the garden. I mean, one assumes there's manure and stuff in there. Sorry, trying to zoom back out a little bit. Okay, so let's do a giveaway. Yeah, let's do it. So we're about an hour and a half into my roughly 2-hour stream. So let's do a giveaway. So, and then the fun thing is then after my stream is over, which is, 5 minutes is very optimistic. I didn't think it was 5 minutes. I thought it was sooner than that. I was going to say, oh, yes. And then before streams after me and does talks about plugins and stuff like that. So definitely stick around. Like there's more to come. So I'm not done yet. But let's go ahead and, yep, last call. So any last moment, folks, who want to, what? Hey, looks like we've had a donation to Extra Life. I missed it. I usually have like a noise-makey thing, but I think I must have turned it down or something. So, let me just see if I can join you up on the, what happens if we, I usually do a Hobbit flip to say thank you. I wonder if I can be on, I'm struggling to get on the fence. There we go. I wonder if I can do a flip on the fence. Shall we try it? Let's try it. I'll take the name off so it's not in the way. Okay, here we go. Here's a Hobbit flip to say thank you. Ta-da! Okay, the winner for our t-shirt is Fragop. Hey, congratulations. So, are you here? I know you were here just a few minutes ago. OMG. So, yes, so there we are. I might be holding, this one is the large. So if you ask for the large, it'll be this one. If you ask for the extra large, it's over there. But there we go. I might be holding your actual shirt yet to come to you. I should warn you, it is going to have likely a cat hair or two on it, because, you know, we have cats. But they're short-haired cats, so it doesn't show up too much. But I know there's cat hairs on there because they get on my hands, they get on my clothes, they get on stuff. So anyway, yay! Congratulations! All right, so B4 is going to do the stuff in the background with you. That's right, you get bonus cat hair feature. A little treat of the Netherlands. There you go. B4 has sent you a whisper in the chat there, so it should be showing up to you on the side. And then you two can coordinate with the information about like your address, and so we can get that, and address and size. Those are, I think, the two main things that we'll need to know. So work with B4, he'll sort you out. Awesome. Yay, congratulations. Hey, do you want to do that other thing real quick then? Or go ahead and start up a l'autre point.
Oh, sure.
Sweet. All right. Before I had a good idea earlier that after we did the t-shirt giveaway, that maybe it would be nice to do a giveaway for some Lotro points. So everybody who didn't win would have a chance to at least win something cool else. So we'll go ahead and I've got about half an hour left of the stream. So in about 20 minutes, we'll go ahead and draw for, what is it, 100 Lotro point code? I think it is. There it is. It's in the chat. So the giveaway is open. It is for 100 Lotro points. So again, type giveaway in the chat to enter. And again, you must be present to win, because basically what we'll do is, yes. And so frag up, you're not eligible for this because you got a shirt. So only one win per stream. I think you'll find that, you know, you're probably not too worried about that. So type giveaway, exclamation point giveaway in the chat if you want to be entered for 100 Lotro points. And yeah, we'll draw that in about 20 minutes. So if you were in the previous drawing, you do still need to enter again, because we just clear out the previous drawing. It's all gone. So just start all over, start fresh. Because I don't know, I mean, possibly you don't want Lotro points. I don't know why you wouldn't want Lotro points. I have to say though, when I'm watching other streamers on this channel, I often won't enter their Lotro point giveaways, because I'm like, I mean, not like I don't get Lotro points for doing this or anything like that, but I feel weird, like, I don't know. I feel like the people who are coming in and enjoying our streams like should have a first chance at that. And like, I'm not desperate for Lotro points right now either. I guess that's part that helps. Like if there was something I really, really wanted and I just did not have the Lotro points for it, and I had done like all the deeds I could possibly do and I still didn't have enough Lotro points, and like, I don't know, I didn't have any character slots open, so I couldn't get any more. Like, okay, maybe I would think about it, but I'm not in that situation, thankfully, so I don't have to worry about it. So, but yes, anybody's welcome to enter. Even people who play with me, you are welcome to enter. There is no way that we have to be able to like fudge it, because it's just like a thing. You just type it in and it picks a winner for you. So, sorry, I was somewhat distracted because there's often sparkly things in here that have reflect. And I was trying to make sure that I wasn't killing myself. So, okay. All right. Noobs and Shrews is going to go dive into Middle Earth. So enjoy the stream, and great to meet fellow Lord of the Rings fans. Yes, absolutely. Thanks for coming by. So yeah, we're here every Tuesday starting at 11:30 Eastern time. That one might have reflect. It's, yeah, 25, reflect 25% of fire damage, 5% chance to reflect effect. Yeah, so that one can do damage, but it's only 25. Let's see if I... Yeah, okay, I'm not going to bother to shoot it. Thanks. Lord Bora. Reflect. Sorry for my language. Yes, reflect is highly annoying at times. Although I do appreciate there being like stuff going on, because okay, so like I'm a hunter, right? Like I just come in, pew pew pew, and shoot everything. And I appreciate that there's times when I have to show restraint and I have to really pay attention to what I'm doing and I have to use different skills. Like that's kind of fun actually. So I have to say that yes, reflect is annoying, but I have a healer in the group, like the minstrel, she can bring me back. The Bjorning can bring me back. So, you know, if they don't mind respawning me, I don't necessarily mind, you know, making that mistake once in a while. So, but yes, so yes, reflect could be annoying. I'm trying to think of what I find. You see, even the bird guy, you know, he's got the shield, and he only brings out birds, and that's how his health goes down. The wretched falconer. People find the wretched falconer like so annoying. I don't feel as strongly about it either. Like it's annoying for sure. But when we're in here, I just put my archer on it and she just deals with it. And I just kind of like, you know, space out for a few minutes or whatever until his shields are down. And then we just like, and he's done in like 2 seconds. So I don't know. I don't find the wretched falconer that wretched. Trying to think, what do I find annoying? I find falling off of things annoying. Like climbing the tower in, where is that? Somewhere in, because we've done it. Was it? No, not Rohan.
The one with the birds?
Oh, yeah. Is that Rohan? I thought we had done it on this server.
No, we did that over on the other server.
Oh, we did that on a different server.
Yeah.
Oh, and Washvale. Okay, you're right. We're not there yet here. But anyway, there's some deeds you can do, and you have to go and do like quests. And there's like a series of them that you can do in various areas in Dunland? No, Gondor? Where is it? Washvale. Anyway, wherever that is. Oh, I see a reflect. Possible. Yeah. Let's see, how bad is it? Oh, that didn't have reflect. Okay, cool. Or it took it down before it could reflect on me. That's cool. Hitbold, thank you. It's in the Hitbold area stuff, all of that. So anyway, I really don't do well with the climbing towers and things like that. So when you have to climb something as part of like a quest, I find that a little frustrating. But if I'm a lot better at it than I used to be though. Like when I first started playing Lotro 3.5 years ago, I think it was, I would fall off of everything. Like I couldn't walk on anything to save my life. But now, like we were doing something and I just was like maybe delivering mail or something. And I was just like boop, 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 right across the river. Like I never could have done that 3 years ago. So definitely my skills have changed. I've also learned how to like maneuver myself by mouse. So like this is just me with the mouse. I used to do everything by keyboard. Like this is me running by keyboard. So, you know, little twist, little twist, little twist. Little turn, little turn, little turn. I still do a lot of that. But I've learned how to maneuver using the mouse, and that gives me a lot more precision when I'm trying to do, you know, various maneuvers. So that helps. So just learning how to do things has definitely, how to manage my game has definitely helped with like jumping over rivers and jumping up towers and like, you know, going up and then okay, be like, okay, turn my camera, move my camera. Okay, there's the next thing I need to jump to. But then I try to jump and I'm like, I don't know, I fail. It's just how it goes. Let's see. Yeah. So talking about that tower, Findeladon says that they also found that to be a pain. A kinmate left their captain on top for about 2 months to help people get there. Yeah, back in the day. Absolutely worth it. I mean, there's been times when I'm like, I just walk away from my computer and B4 sits down and does it for me. I'm like, I get to a point where I'm like, I cannot, like, it's just not happening. She was our hero. I like it. And people do that for the Ridge Racer deed also. There's a place in, is it Enedway? A Cadaregion, I think, or a Cad. Anyway, it's near one of those Acads. And if you go along the ridge and you get up to the top of it, there's a deed you get for getting up there. So what'll often happen is somebody will get a captain up there, and then they'll like put it out in world. Hey, anybody want a lift over here? You know, I can summon you to me. And everybody's like, yes. Yes, Egg Arthur, the inside method is the way I do it. That's the way I know. I don't know the outside method. And so your video was, Egg Arthur's mentioning the beacon isn't that hard with the inside method, and that they made a video of that. I still struggle with that. Even the easy way, I still struggle with that. You know, okay, and there's towers in here in Mirkwood, in that one city, not Oskalad. And I still struggle to get up those towers. And I mean, those aren't supposed to be that hard. I can do the easy one generally, although I was going up the easy one like a week or two ago to meet up with Affadil, who was on top streaming there. And I fell off at the very end and got stuck. And I actually had to do a /stuck. So, I don't know, even though something is easy doesn't mean it's easy for me. I'm okay with that. Like, it's fine. There's just so many interesting things in Lotro that I don't have to be, like, great at all of them. I'm okay with this. So, yeah, the Ridge Racer is... Let's see, where is that? Oregon. It's down... Is it near here? It's one of these ridges that you jump up on, and then you keep going, keep going, keep going. It might be... Is it that one, maybe? And when you get to the end of it, there's like a beacon, and so it might be that one, actually. And you... yeah, you get the deed for getting up there. Oh, Holland Ridge. Okay, hang on. Let me go back in there. Hold up, yo. Right over... Region... Holland Ridge. Oh, it's that one. Okay, so it's the Holland Ridge up here. And Carcharis, perhaps, is the destination. Oh, you end over here. So you start... Well, this would be... Okay, yeah, start over here and then work your way across the ridge. It's interesting. It's yeah. So a lot of times somebody will put a captain up there and just holler and call people, so which is like, yeah, really nice. Okay, so yes, giveaway reminder, we are doing 100 Lotro points. So if you want to be in that, type exclamation point giveaway into the chat, and you must be present to win, because we'll send you a little whisper in the chat and give you a code, which you will then put into the Lotro store. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Weirwolf is also mentioning that it's the Beacon of Aorworth. It is a hit bold quest. That's the beacon I have trouble getting up. So I know all these things to climb around and jump around and whatnot. Although about a little over a year ago, this past summer, we participated in the Bombadil server. No, I think it was summer of 2020. Yeah.
You know, the plague years.
Yeah. So the summer of 2020, my bad, so 2 years ago, we participated in the Bombadil server, and at one point we got to the point where we had done basically everything, and sometimes we were just waiting for like a clock to time out, like, because you know how you get locks on specific instances, and we needed some of those, like the Rift of Nurse-Gashu on like tier 2 and then tier 3 in order to get to complete all of the deeds. And so sometimes we were just waiting for a lock to, reset. So we'd go wander around, because we'd done all the quests, we'd done all the deeds, we'd done everything else. And so we started doing like parkour, and one of the people in our kin, the person who was in charge of our kin, was really good at knowing how to get up to various places. So she would be like, jumping here, jump here, like that sort of thing. And it really helped me to skill up on being able to climb on things and jump up on things and stuff like that. So that was kind of cool. Yes, I have a kitty cat keeping my lap warm. I don't know, at some point I may have to like adjust my camera so it's like more up and facing down or something so we can see my lap. Because I know you all came here for the quality cat content. Agartha says, I also offer summons to the Poison Falls treasure cache in Angmar. Oh, that one. Yes, folks seem to appreciate those. So once you're level, what is it, 95? 90 or 95, I think? There's treasure caches. And you've probably, as you go through the game, when you get into higher level areas, you'll start to see these. They're like a gold treasure box, but you can't open it until you're level 90 or 95, whichever it was. And so once you're that level, you kind of go back, and once you've because finding all of them in a region is also a deed. So a lot of times you'll end up doing that. Well, if you're a deed completionist like we are, you'll end up doing that. 90, thank you, Agartha. But so there's one treasure cache in Angmar that is basically surrounded by poison, like poison water. It's really hard to get to. You have to jump in just the right place and not miss. And if you do miss, it's the nearest spawn point isn't near. Oh, okay. B4 thinks they might have moved the spawn point to be a little bit easier. Oh, he thinks they moved the treasure. Oh, interesting. Wow. Okay, B4 thinks it may have been harder than it currently is. Anyway, so it's a pain in the butt. Before I was talking about when we went to go find it on Evernight. That completed Zealot of Pain Slayer Advanced. Woo woo. Oops, I didn't need to show that tracker. We'll just do it over there. Cool. That was a deed tracker pop-up, by the way, which is a plugin. Yeah, we kept trying to go and find it in a particular location, and it was not there. Oops, sorry, we should be helping out with this combat. So yeah, thinks it might have moved to an easier spot. Either way, still annoying. Very grateful for the captains. Thank you, captains. Appreciate your work. Not this captain that we're shooting. He's a raid captain. We don't appreciate his work. Well, I appreciate his work in receiving the arrows that I am sending in his direction. It's just a part-time gig for him. I am starting to get hungry. So I think after my stream, I will be going to the kitchen and gathering up some food. I'm having trouble with food today, so hopefully it'll go well. But B4 will be streaming after me, so you might hear me in the kitchen during his stream. So, there we go. All right, where are we waiting for? Who's next? Who's next? We have to wait and defeat the third assault. Prepare the fire, the East Ballista. So, yeah, in case you're wondering, like, what the heck? There are these 3 ballistas up here, and they each have, like, a target on the ground. So, like, that one is, I don't know, over there somewhere. But what we've discovered is that if you have enough DPS, that you can just run around in the front and not worry about shooting them with the ballistas. You don't have to try, because what you theoretically should do, and what you do in the storyline version of this, because we're now doing the instance, the skirmish. But when you do this as part of the storyline, what you do is you'll have, like, you try to get somebody down below who goes to the area. So, like, this is the center ballista one. So you try to get somebody to be, like, in this area and drag them to here, and then you have somebody above who fires it, and it goes kapoo, and the whole area goes kapoo, and it does a whole bunch of damage to the bad guys. So like that. And so you're like, hey, and then you shoot them from above. But we just shoot them from in front of them instead, because it's actually kind of faster. Now, as a hunter, I did find that when I was doing the ballista, there is a spot, especially if you're in red line, because you get that extra 10 meters. So that, because it's 40 meters if you're red, it's only 30 if you're in blue or yellow. But there's some places that you can stand up there where you can actually reach and shoot from up above. So I could run over and then I'd shoot the ballista and then I'd run in front of the ballista and, you know, shoot at them from up there. But it's just much more efficient to do it down here. Now the only thing you have to worry about is like that, where these guys are coming in from the side, and if nobody had caught their attention, then they do up on the inside, and you have to go and run in because you got to save Rodlith, because you know, don't let her perish. That'd be a bad thing. Dame Hypatia says, yeah, I never managed to hit the target areas, but my bard sang a great solo to kill the orcs. Yeah, those orcs, man, they just can't appreciate a good song. Yes, we do enjoy having our bard in the mix. Our minstrel, Affodil. Affodil's our minstrel. They are vulnerable to sweet, sweet tunes, she says. Precisely. Speaking of music, so in Lotro you can actually play music as well, like play tunes, the whole deal. It's pretty cool. And so I have some music that I got from someone online. I think actually before I did that, gathered up some music. So I have a bunch of music files, and I want to, like, some of them I've gone through and I'm like, oh yeah, I like this one, I like this for this, I like this for that, like, and pick what instrument, because I do, most of the time when I play music in the game, I'm playing it solo. And so we have a handful of things that are really nice for multiples, but trying to find some good solo stuff isn't always easy. So what I do is I've pulled out the solo list, and then I go through it and I'll play it like with one instrument, usually the lute, just to try it out and see how it sounds. And then I'll be like, I think this might sound better with, you know, a pibgorn or a fiddle or bagpipes, or maybe it's great for the lute. And then there's a couple different types of lutes. There's a couple different kinds of fiddles, and so you can kind of play around with that. Like there's one fiddle that sounds like you're plucking it, and then there's others that have more of like a moving, you know, ongoing kind of sound to them. So so that's kind of fun to just play around with that. So often what I find myself doing when I'm playing Hobnanigans is, when I do Hobnanigans on easy mode, which is to have your group be the only group that is playing on one side, and you've gotten rid of all the sticks on the other side, so you just score once and then you call it good. That's how I like to play Hobnanigans. And then I spend the other, you know, 8 minutes of the game, like, you know, getting something to eat or whatever. Or in this case, I was working on some music, and so I got through probably another 10 songs that I was listening to and deciding what I want to do with them. So that was fun. Most of the stuff I have seems to be really mellow. I don't have a lot of like kind of stuff. Oh, Dame Hypatia, you say, pardon, it's minstrel in English. I always forget that. It's no worries. I mean, bard also is accurate. It's just that, yeah, from a character class perspective in English in the game, it is a minstrel. The bard is the NPC that you talk to buy instruments from. And I think occasionally they have, oh, we gotta talk to Rodlith. I think occasionally they have quests for minstrels to go and talk to them. But yeah, so what do you play in, Dame Hypatia? What language is it that you play in, and what is it called in the game? Prepare yourself, this battle is not yet over. So she's got a little speech for us, and then we're going to have a final attack. Bards are too busy seducing the ladies. Oh, I just can't remember the name, but the guy who's with the Witcher. There you go. B4 says that's how Dale, the Dale person made such a good shot to bring down Smog. He was a bard. He sang it Smog. A true bard will seduce anyone. Dun, dun, dun. Are you playing in German, Dame Hypatia? So what is it in German? What is the minstrel class known as? Although before probably knows this from doing plugin work. Bard.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So, you probably have heard this from me before, but we live in the Netherlands, and so we're studying Dutch, so we can get better at integration and all of that. And so while Dutch and German are definitely not the same language, just as, German and English are not the same language, just as, they're all not the same, but they all have similar roots, right? And various points where like one word will seem very similar to another, like bard and, bard. There you go. Yeah, so bard. Awesome. Playing in English is easier due to the Great Wiki. Oh. Yeah, I could see that. But yeah, so bard, those are very similar between English and German. And then it's just funny, though, that in the game, the class is actually minstrel in English. So, and bard is the NPC guy. So, oh, maybe we missed an encounter. I wasn't paying that close attention, obviously.
Oops. No.
The wiki needs to have other languages integration like other wikis. I don't know how does that work? So if you have other languages in the wiki, does that mean you have to have people who are wiki editors doing it in that language also? Or is it like, do you just run it through Google Translate and hope for the best? Well, okay, now Wikipedia has like a whole team of people. Lord Zach Boris says, like, if you go to Wikipedia.
There's answers to the question.
There's what?
There's answers to this question.
There are answers to this question, says before. I don't know the answers to this question, but apparently there are answers to this question. All right, so yes, we are doing 100 Locher points. Yes, type exclamation point giveaway in the chat. When did I say we'd do it? Probably around nowish, huh? About nowish. How about nowish? All right, so last minute reminder. If you want to enter the giveaway for 100 Locher points, type exclamation point giveaway into the chat, and you will be entered into that giveaway, and we will do that here in just a moment. I'm distracted by this very cute cat on my lap, and occasionally she gets so far asleep that she starts snoring a little bit, which I don't think you can hear it. I know now she's opened her eyes like, what? Me snoring? No. Yeah, Lord Zach Boris is talking about on Wikipedia. There's like a little change language article thing. So yes, I would expect the Locher wiki, as you say, someone could edit the wiki to add the page in another language. Oh, and Egg Arthur says there is a distinct translation project for the Locher wiki, but he doesn't think many pages have translations thus far. Yeah, I mean, it basically sounds to me like you'd have to basically recreate the wiki in every language that you're doing it for. So, like, you'd have to recreate the whole wiki for German, recreate the whole wiki for French, because you'd have to go over to the actual client and pick up the appropriate names, like Bard. You'd every situation in the wiki that said minstrel, you'd have to make sure it was saying Bard, not minstrel. And you'd have to make sure the titles of the quests were correct. It sounds like a lot of work. Yeah, yes, it requires work, says Lord Zakbora. Indeed. All right, before closing the giveaway. Yes, we are closing the giveaway. And the giveaway is closed. The giveaway is now closed. And Noobs and Shrew was drawn from the giveaway. That is funny. That's one of our newer people hanging about. Lord Zakbora says, we're giving away P4. We can give away a lot of knowledge that he has, but I don't think you can give him away.
I think I saw Noobs and Shrew going away to stream.
Well, I think they said they were going to stick around on their other monitor, so we'll wait a few minutes and see if Noobs and Shrew pops up in the chat. So if you're here, Noobs and Shrew, make sure you pop up in the chat, say something, so B4 can send you a whisper. And in the meantime, shall we do another skirmish? What you want to do?
Could do.
Cool. So yeah, so we'll see if Noobs and Shrew pops up. If they don't say anything in, let's say, like 5 minutes or so, we'll redraw, just in case. So I want to make sure somebody gets that 100 Lotro points today. It's just funny when you're a new person, like new to the game. It's really, that is the kind of the time you want something like that, because later on you've done a bunch of deeds, and every time you do deeds, you get Lotro points. So after a while, you get kind of like a pile of them, it seems like. But yeah. So it seems like the beginning of your Lotro experience is the time when you're like, yes! Okay, so we are doing rescue. Oh, this one again? We just did this one earlier. Yeah? Okay, we're doing it again. Oh, because we're looking for specific things?
Yeah, we need 4 more encounters in here.
Oh, wow, there's 4 more encounters we're looking for. So let's see. And this is, what is it? Excuse me, encounter a rescue a Nerskashu. So, skirmish lieutenant. Oh, I'm looking at lieutenants. There we go, instances. Rescue in Nerskashu. So we are looking for Morfuin, Snag Talun, Nor, and Sifalg. Okay, and if we do all that, we get a title, Rescuer of Nerskashu. And, you know, the pride of knowing that we did it. Because, like, when I look at my deed tracker, I want all of these to be 100%, right? And they are not. So we have work to do, I tell you. Yeah, so there's my skirmish instances. There's my skirmish lieutenants. So we're getting there. Like, some of the advanced we've finished, I think. Oh, wow, there's still a lot to do, though. Yeah, we still have ways to go. But there's Zealot of Painslayer. Finished that today. Yay! All right, let's go ahead and finish this. All right, so, okay, so we're drawing a new name. B4 has gone ahead and done it. Manadler is here and saying, holy crud, someone tell me how to whisper on mobile. B4 has sent you a whisper, Manadler, so Lair, so maybe you can respond to that. Hopefully you see it. But do let us know if you don't see it. We will take care of you. We'll figure it out. Because what he'll do is, B4 will respond to you and give you a code that you will use. That's so funny. Because the Echo of Death here got encountered around the corner. The corner apparently is out of sight. Invisible walls, yep. Oh, we gotta run back. Guile.
Yellow.
Yellow. Got it. Cool. Okay, so yes, see if you see that whisper. See if you're able to respond to it. Yep. Okay, great. Awesome. Yay, congratulations. So I hope you buy something really awesome with that 100 Lotro points. Yes, Lord Zachborough points out, like in the game, that there are often coupons, like the weekly coupons. Or in this case, that's a really good point though. Let me put that out onto the chitty chat there. I beat you to it. Yes, so the weekly code right now is Deed Skill Slay. And the one that Lord Zachborough was talking about. Oh, hang on. I gotta go hit this thing with red. Thank you. Red. Is Free Quests 2020 or Free Quest 2022 this time around. So if you put that in, yeah, it's pretty. It does what it says on the tin, right? Hey, what should we call the free quest thing? Free quests? Oh, but we used that before. Yeah. Well, it's 2022. How about Free Quest 2022? Hey, that works. Yes, I love the choices that they make. Oh, one time they made one that was like Stabby McStabby. for something, and I was like, that is fantastic. Yes, I wonder what Deed Skill Slay does. Hey, there's cauldrons up here. We didn't get that last time we were down here. Can't remember if we had this one before or not. So yes, this Deed Skill Slay gives you a Slayer Deed boost. Skill and Slayer Deed boost. Blah. Code. Man, can't say that 10 times fast. All right. Ooh, well, congratulations to the winners. Hoorah. I like giving stuff away. I used to run a convention, and the first couple years that it started, for the first one, for Malcon, I often would get things that I could give away. Or I had a lot of stuff around the house, too, that I was able to, Mathams, really. But specific Mathams, yeah, we just were able to give away some nice things. And so that was neat. I enjoyed that. So I like giving away stuff. So big thanks to Cord and SSG for giving us these t-shirts to be able to give away. I'm really just chuffed about that. That's so cool. So, and thank you all for being here. Yeah, I think Lotro is pretty awesome. I really enjoy the game, and I really enjoy the community, and the people. I love how we help each other out and how we can have these fun little conversations and stuff. So thank you to all of you for being here with us today. It's always more fun to do things as a group. It's I kind of feel like our little chat happening is like our little chat fellowship. Okay, don't go through the door yet. We have a thing. Okay. Screech echoes from the south. Nurnor has awakened. That was one of the ones we needed. You love Lotro, says Lieutenant Nond says, love Lotro. Yeah, right? Are we in the wrong place?
Werewolf went in.
Oh, no. All right, so Werewolf, I think you can just... What did you do earlier, honey? You left the instance and then came back in?
Yeah.
And you come back in through the front. Well, through there, so.
She's done that.
Awesome. Y'all are so smart. I appreciate that. All right, so where's this instance?
Oh, from the south.
It did say south. How far south can we get?
Think about it.
Maybe it's over here in the corner?
Maybe.
I'll keep looking. I see nothing screeching.
Okay, not that far south.
All right, let's start doing the whole tippity tapping thing. I could run through the lava.
There it is.
Oh, you found it? Okay.
It flew in.
It flew in. We probably ran away and it flew in. I was like, hey, I came for the party. Where'd y'all go? I did. That's what I was doing, Lord Zakbar. I was just pressing tab while searching, while running. Yep. I do shift tab if I'm, to get from one to the next. Yeah, sure. I'll do a little red on this dragony thing. Yes, Lord Zakbar asks, is before doing stream later? Yes. In fact, probably, I would say probably after we're done with this one, with this rescue. I think that'd be a great time to change over. Does that work for you?
Maybe a little extra buffer time, but yeah.
Sounds great. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this will be our last instance for now. And then, oh, hey, my little girl ran off. I guess I don't actually need her. In fact, maybe I should actually dismiss her. So, well, she's probably not going to hurt him much. Because this is the one where we got to make sure we don't hurt Golodir too much. So, aw, Mandalore says, and we are grateful. Yes, we are very grateful for all the cool stuff that SSG gives us to give away. Because, yeah, like those codes came from Cord. What did we say it was? Is it blue? Green. Where are you seeing this?
In chat.
Oh. Oh! Quickly strike Golodir with rallying cry. Cry cry. Okay. Groovy. And now we get the big dude in the fire. In the fire! So you see the extra life timer. Is there stuff being streamed 24/24? So this asks Lord Zach Bora. There will be. Oh, yeah, I just let my timer go forever. I don't stop my timer. That's pretty much like when I started my current push, as it were. There will be a day in which this channel, there will be maybe not 24 hours, but like at least 12 hours, minimum 12 hours. It probably end up being like 14, 16 hours, something like that. Because what ends up happening is there's streamers in the US that stream on the channel. And then there's streamers like myself and a few others that are in Europe. And so, you know, us Europeans want to do earlier, and the folks in the US want to do later. So it turns out being more than 12 hours, basically, that we end up filling in. So I thought I heard it again up there. So anyway, sometime end of this month or beginning of next month, there will be a day, like a Friday possibly, where we're just streaming for 12 plus hours. So there's that. That will be happening for the Extra Life stuff. We're talking about Extra Life. So yes, and if you, so my goal is to raise 500 this year for Extra Life. So hang on a second. Let me see if are we done? Oh, they're still talking. All right, he's not done yet. The Rangers always have a lot to say when they see each other because, you know, they don't see each other that often, I guess. Makes sense. You gotta transfer knowledge, all of that, right? They got a lot to say. Goodness, he's still going. So yes, I will be wrapping up. There we go. So yes, I will be finishing up here in just a couple minutes. Before will be streaming after me. I would say he'll probably be starting in like 5-7 minutes from now. And then he will be talking about plugins. So we talked a little bit about this earlier, but plugins, here, I'll just do a little bit of wrapping up here, but you know how I get to talking. So plugins are things that you can add on to your game here in Lotro. You do not absolutely need to use plugins at all. Like there's no requirement to use plugins for Lotro. It's just that some of us find them very useful. And so before being a software engineer was like, ooh, I'd really like to fix this. And then it kind of went from there. So he has created the deed tracker plugin, and then he's got some patches for some other plugins, which basically means like there's the original plugin, and then you can also download the patch and it adds some things or it fixes some things. But then you end up having to do 2 downloads. So that's not my favorite choice. So he is also, because Minstrels just went through a huge change with the last big update. So the plugin that he was using, which is Minstrel Buffs, yeah, Rangers do live a long life, says Lord Zakbora. I agree, right? Like, wouldn't that be cool? I think it'd be cool. I'm down for the long life thing. Even with all the aches and pains I have, I would still take a long life. I'm down for it. Anyway, so he, so before took the Minstrel Buffs plugin and had been making patches for it, but because there's so many changes, it's basically a radical amount of changes. Names of things even changed, all of that. So he has created now a Minstrel Buffs 2. So it has a lot of the original, you know, feeling and content of it, but it's basically a new project. So it's a new plugin from that regard. Very much like Travel Window and Travel Window 2, because Travel Window was created, I don't know, like 10, 12 years ago, a while ago. The person who created it is no longer supporting it. They're no longer around. I'm not sure. Or maybe they just quit playing or quit doing plugins. And so a different person took on that project and created Travel Window 2. And so now, and that's Hyos. The original one was Thali Ruth. So anyway, so Travel Window 2 basically looks and feels very much like the original travel window. And I mean, it just says travel, but it has functionality to it that travel window no longer has. So same thing's going on with before and minstrel buffs. Minstrel buffs, you know, is not being supported anymore. I mean, he's reached out to the original person, hasn't heard back. So with so many changes that have happened, he's now creating a minstrel buffs 2. It's actually been released, but now he's doing lots of little tweaks and stuff to it. So I wouldn't be surprised to see you working on that tonight. Yeah, he's giving me a
All Mr. Buff.
all minstrel buff all the time. Don't forget to leave the instance too, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Are you? Have you started your timer, Nay?
I'm getting set up.
Okay. No worries. Yes. Finn Deladan says minstrel buffs is great. I'm glad you like it. I know it's a passion project for him, right? From before, because he plays a minstrel so much. Like there's many of the day. So it's something that really he finds useful for his gameplay. So it's really neat that he's able to do that. Oh, before I forget, I wanted to remind everybody that code that came up earlier, that Free Quest 2022, is it unlocks many currently unavailable quest packs permanently on your account. But the code is only good through the end of this month. So do make sure you go and do that. So what you would do is, I copy and paste. I don't try to type it in. So you go to the Lotro store just like this, and you go to this little key here that says redeem code, and you click there. And then this is where you would type or paste in the code that you want to use. So same thing for the weekly code. You come right here, you do the exact same thing, and then you hit apply. Now it's going to tell me I've already done it because I did it earlier this month because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss it. It says the code you have entered has already been activated. So I'm good to go. Let's see, it's account wide, so it applies to your entire account. If you are a VIP, there might be things in there that you currently have access to, but it's still good to do. Like, I'm VIP. I went ahead and did it anyway. There's a little chicken butt, nice. Because, what if there's a time when I'm not VIP? I still want to have access to that stuff. So by just putting the code in, I all time have access. So that makes me happy. Now we do have some alt accounts where we use for like playing bands when we're playing music to create a band, or like we're playing Hobnanigans to fill in a whole rest of a side if we're missing some people. So all of our alt accounts, because they're separate accounts, I'll need to go through each one of them and put the free quests in to each one of those as well. And I'll go through the same process where I go to the Lotro store and put it in there. So make sure you do that. It makes me sad because every time they do this, because this is like the third time Lotro's done something like this where they're giving stuff away with a code, and like a lot of stuff with a code. And every time there's somebody who like a month from now will be like, oh, I missed it. I can't believe I missed it. And be like, so get the word out. Like, nothing sadder than if you have a Lotro friend who missed out. You're like, no, I wish you hadn't missed out. Lord Zakbora, I mentioned that you had Minstrel Buffs 1 and Minstrel, yeah. Lord Zakbora says, I'll wait for Minstrel Buffs 3. Now you want 2, Electric Boogaloo. Yeah. Finn Deladan says, just to see my anthems at a glance during a raid is such a help. So I'm telling you, your plugin is like, well, okay, Melda is the original creator, but the fact that you keep it going is, yeah, fantastic. Okay, so Moobot says, if you missed the Deco Demu Discord Q&A, so over on Deco Demu's Discord, they had a Q&A with the Lotro team, and they asked questions, all sorts of housing and questions. There was like 4 different categories where, people would type, into the Discord, hey, I have a question on this, and then they were answering those questions live and on voice. So there's an audio replay and a transcript, and you can find it at that link there. So thanks, Moobot. That's really awesome. Yes, Mr. Buff 3 coming soon, 2027, right after the Flying Mounts expansion, says Lord Zagbora. That's awesome. And the Tortoise Mounts. Hashtag Hobbit Rumors. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you all for coming along. Let's see, we have the festival starting tomorrow. Harvest Festival starts tomorrow. So for the next 3 weeks of my stream, we will be doing, we'll be doing Cat Watch, of course, and we will also be doing Harvestmath. So we'll show you how to get into the Haunted Burrow, and then we'll do the quests in the Haunted Burrow and all the other fun things we can do there. Yes, this is Kato. She is going to try and lay down on my lap again. You are so funny. She gets settled, and then she like hears something. She's like, oh, gotta go. And then she's, there's times when she wakes up from a dead sleep and does that. And then she's sitting on the floor and she's like, why am I here? I'm like, you did not have to get up, honey. That was your own choice. So, all right. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go. B4 is getting ready to go with episode 66, Minstrels 3.0, part 3. All right. Awesome. You all have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll see B4 here in just a moment, and I'll see hopefully all of you next week. So in the meantime, make sure to stay connected to that Hobbit side of your heart. All right, we'll see you later. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. You're good to go.